You can't do and improve unless you know what you're doing, right?
You're good. Go for it, kid.
Awesome. All right, good morning, everyone. I'm super excited to be your speaker today. We get our 30-second commercial, but that's really not enough time to dive in deep on what we do. So, give you a better understanding of who I am and what I can offer to my local business community. I have been with DAC as an independent agency owner since June of 2018. And I've also been a business owner since 1997. So when I first saw and heard the DAC agency model and saw the services that they were delivering, it really resonated with me because I had been a business owner who needed funding and I couldn't get everything I needed from the bank. So I jumped in with both feet and have been excited sharing the message of our company ever since. But talking about business owners and entrepreneurship, quoting from the SBA, 99% of all businesses are small businesses. And that means we've got about 30 million small businesses across the country that are employing 57 million people. But here's the bad news. If you look at new businesses, 1 out of 3 are going to fail in their first 2 years. The remainder, 1 out of 2, will fail in their next 5 years. And those survivors, 2 out of 3 will fail in the next 10 years. When the SBA questioned folks that failed, the number one reason for failure was lack of working capital. You get your business going, but you got to have an influx of cash all the time. And if business owners are looking for money, most people are pulling out their savings. I know I did when I opened my restaurants, or they're turning to friends and family members. I know I did when I was at my restaurant, or we go to a bank. And banks have really high levels of credentials. You need to be in business for a year. You need to be doing 200 grand a year, and you need to have a 700 credit score to borrow money commercially from the bank. So if you can't qualify through the bank, which 80% can't qualify, only 20% of people can actually get a bank loan when they're trying to start a business. Or even if a business is running, only 20% qualify. So what about the other 80%? Well, that's where DAC comes in. We have alternative lending. So if you have a relationship with a commercial banker, I love those relationships. They're our friend and they're our partner in this. I'm not trying to take business away from the bank. We're trying to help business owners get through to that place where they are bankable and can qualify for funds, right? So we look at your revenue rather than what your credit score is, time in business, and all of those things and we don't ask for collateral. We just look at your revenue and we can qualify you. If you're doing at least $3,000 a month minimum, we can probably help you get some money. We don't really look at your credit score so much, but we look at that cash flow, right? You can't be bouncing a bunch of checks and you can't be owing a lot of other people money, but if you're at least $3,000 in monthly revenue, you're on a path to being able to get some working capital to grow and expand your business. Now, we're not just in funding. We have expanded into other services where we can offer lines of credit up to $100,000. This qualifies if you're 1099, single, solo employed, or a larger business owner. We also have payment processing. We offer a guarantee that if you're accepting credit cards or don't have a method to accept credit cards, we can save you money, guaranteed. And whether it's a simple mobile reader or a desktop reader, or you need an elaborate point of sale system, we have everything. We have experts in the industry to get you suited with the best equipment. We're also involved with the employee retention tax credit, so full financial suite for small business owners. Those of you that may have heard, or many of you may have received the PPP money back when COVID hit, right? The Paycheck Protection Program. When that program was first launched, businesses had a choice of either getting PPP money or the employee retention tax credit. It was either or. But over time, the regulations evolved, and now even businesses that got paycheck protection money can also qualify for ERC. It's up to $26,000 per employee. There are millions of dollars that we're helping put back onto the streets here in Paulding County through this tax retention credit, helping small business owners. And then we also have identity protection. If you're a small business owner or you're wanting to be, do you know you need to really protect your credit? And identity theft is not just about financials. It's about somebody stealing your driver's license information and you potentially getting arrested for not showing up on a DUI charge that you didn't do, but somebody else did using your name and your information. So people don't think outside the box on that. But what I'm most excited about with what we're doing is our healthcare division. That's a big topic right now as we are doing open enrollments with companies, and people that are on the healthcare exchange are looking for new plans as we go into January, right? And healthcare is expensive. How many of you have a healthcare plan that you absolutely love?
Yeah, right?
Wow.
Exactly what you thought.
Okay, well, our program was designed for many of you. It was designed for self-employed 1099 workers, but it works for any size employer group as well. So from one person to hundreds of thousands of people, we can get you covered. All right, so think about this. 30% of independent workers have no health care. They're forced to do healthcare exchange, or they can't afford what's out there, right? And then we see 70% of Americans are on the wrong healthcare plan. But again, back to the bad news, 65% of bankruptcies in America are healthcare related. Yet when we look at those bankruptcies, 90% of those people had health insurance.
Wow.
That's a scary
really
number,
sad.
okay? So listen up to what I'm about to tell you, okay? What's different about our healthcare program? Well, we're gonna provide quality healthcare that's gonna save you money. The average savings for an individual is $8,000 a year on premiums alone and out-of-pocket expense. If you're in an employer group, our average savings is $4,000 per year per individual that's in that group pricing plan. So better coverage, lower out-of-pocket costs, and an upgraded network. How many of you, when we released the ACA, were told you can keep your same doctors, right? How many of you found that to be true? Right? Well, you can probably keep your same doctor with our network. It's the largest network in the nation, and there are no network limitations. So day-to-day care, you got your PPO network. If you have a major illness or critical injury, you can see anybody in the nation, and you're not gonna be considered out of network. So you can go to the best hospital if you were diagnosed with cancer and not have limitations. You can also say goodbye to high deductibles. A lot of people try to save money on health insurance by going for a high deductible plan, and then you're risking your out-of-pocket costs. We have three choices, either $1,000 max out-of-pocket, $2,500, or $5,000 max out-of-pocket. That's it, and then there's no ceiling to how much the plan will pay for life. Not on an annual basis, but for life. So that's a tremendous benefit there. And then coverage when you need it. We've got telemedicine included and mental health care included. So you can call and talk to a mental health specialist every single month free of charge. And then we have coverage when traveling. Do you know if you're on a local healthcare exchange plan, you may not be covered outside the state of Georgia? All right, our plan covers you wherever you are in the US and globally. If you go on a tour to Italy and you have a bicycle accident and a brain injury, you're gonna be covered under our plan without having to have travel insurance. It's just part of our network. And then as we are talking about open enrollment, there's no open enrollment restrictions. You can enroll at any time. In fact, we're here on October the 6th. You could enroll today and have your start date October 1st. So if you got started by the 15th of the month, we'll backdate it to the full month so you don't have to worry and have restless nights worrying about whether an incident happened and you're covered or not. And then coming soon, here in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna have an unlimited RX program where if someone is spending more than $20 a month out of pocket on prescriptions, how many of you know somebody that's spending a lot on prescriptions? Yeah, if you're spending more as an individual, more than 20, or as a family unit, more than $30 a month, we're probably gonna help you eliminate those additional costs. So I'm excited about that, where we've got, that program will be great for someone even on Medicare. Our other program is, on our healthcare, is available for someone from 18 to 64. When you hit 65, you go on Medicare, but the RX program will help those that are in that donut hole on the Medicare program, okay? So again, I appreciate the time to speak today, and you make sure that you enroll as a member so you get to take this spotlight next month, because it'll be well worth your time. Fulton County Chamber is a great organization to be a part of. I appreciate you all, and it's good to be able to share this information with you today. So thank you.